Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to TorchTales, Stories Behind the Hood. I'm your host, Frank Vargas, aka Traveling Frankie. You guys know how this works. Someone sits there, I sit here, we happen to have a conversation, and they just so happen to be in the welding industry. And when I say they, because me, I just fake it till I make it. Here I am with Beau, the one and only Beau Wiginton in North Carolina. Is that where we are?
Greensboro, North Carolina.
There you go. Now, let me see if I get this list of things, and you can tell me where I get it wrong. So, blogger, podcaster.
No blogging.
Okay, can you wait till I'm done with the list and then you can tell me where I'm right or
Yes,
wrong?
sir. Yes, sir. I'm so sorry.
This freaking prima donna guest. Anyway, so podcaster, songwriter, musician, knew that. Host of Weld.com, of course, welder. And he also happens to be a white guy. I'm just kidding, guys. It's a joke. Relax. Everyone gets so offended nowadays. Brother, thank you very much for saying yes.
Hey, absolutely.
So, Beau, we've been planning this for a couple of years. And since day one, when I asked you, you said yes. So thank you. And then for some reason, I always wanted to do it live, not through video, not through a Zoom call or whatever platforms now we use nowadays. This is where I wanted to do this. I'm kind of intimidated because you're a pro. Me, I fake it, but we're going to see where this lands. How are you?
I'm wonderful.
Yeah, kind of getting rid of a cold, right?
Yep. Just getting over it,
Yep.
but back in action now, back
Cool.
in the world.
There you go. By the way, congratulations on camera on being a new dad.
Thanks.
How's the baby?
1 year down, and it's been pretty cool.
Yeah? So when's the next one coming?
Good question.
Yeah?
I'll have to get back to you when it does.
All right, we'll find out together, guys. Now, Beau, I know a little bit about you because we've had many whiskeys here and there in different cities, and we just talk a lot of shit when we are having whiskeys. So let's just do it on camera.
All right.
What's your background before this whole welding anything?
Well, my background was as a musician, as you said. I was a singer-songwriter, and I was in a band called Chuck Mountain for a long time. I also did like solo singer-songwriter stuff and wrote for film and TV.
All right.
And when the pandemic hit, all that kind of went on hold. And
I wonder why.
yeah, so I had to find one of these essential jobs that everyone was talking about.
Okay.
Because musicians were not essential, I guess. But so I went to welding school, and then I watched Weld.com nonstop while I was in it. And
But when you said, you went to welding school, had you ever played with metal before, prior to this? And why welding because there were another 1,000 essential jobs out there. Why welding?
well, I had always thought about being a welder.
Okay.
My mom always said I would be able, she was like, you should try welding. And
Really? Your mom said that?
yeah, my mom said that.
Okay.
And I listen to what my mom says a
Yeah.
lot of the time. But and I used to live with a guy that built like custom motorcycles.
Okay.
And I would see him weld, and I'd see like I help him work on some bikes, but I never really got into it. So I took an intro class and loved it, and then I decided to do a certificate to go into like pipe welding.
Okay.
And it was a 1 year program. When I was done, I started working for Weld.com.
So you guys know that I jump all over the place because whenever my guest says something that just piques my interest, when you say you got a certificate, I have a question. Are certificates real important versus the actual hands-on work out there that you do? Like where does the certificate really comes in that really helps you?
I don't think it does. Like the certificate gets you in the door, I would say.
Okay.
Like because it's pretty much teaching you how to pass the tests to become a welder somewhere.
Gotcha.
But no, if you like went and showed someone, hey, I have a welding technology certificate, I don't think that they would really care. They still want to see if you can weld or not. But
Gotcha.
the important thing is the hours you get to practice in school.
You have been in the welding industry for how long?
Just about 5 years now.
Okay. Do you consider yourself a welder?
I consider myself a welder.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't weld all the time. But
All right.
I know a lot about welding.
Are you a better welder versus a podcaster? Or vice versa? Which one are you better at?
That's a hard question right there. I'm probably better
You're welcome, guys. That's what we do here.
better at podcasting, most likely, just because I have more experience in the audio world and
Okay.
just talking to people.
Gotcha.
And welding, I have carpal tunnel,
Oh.
so it makes me not the best welder, but I could stick through it.
My thing, I can stick to it. Yeah, all right.
Well, you just like
I
tape it
get
to your
it.
hand, you know?
My thing is my vision.
yeah.
Because I wear readers now, and every time I'm playing with a whatever spark, I'm like, oh crap, Hold on. Oh yeah, it's there. So I totally get it. It's just a fact of getting younger.
Yeah,
Let's just call it that way.
getting younger.
Yeah.
I love
Right.
it.
Where are you actually from? Are you born and raised in this area?
Nope. I
No.
was born in New Mexico,
Oh
in
really?
Albuquerque,
Oh wow.
and then I grew up in Colorado,
Okay.
in Littleton, and then moved out here when I was a junior in high school.
Why
And
did
then
you come here?
my dad's job got transferred out here. He used to
Got.
work for Siemens Medical Solutions, um,
Okay.
and transferred out to Raleigh. Went to UNCG, the local college here,
Got
and
you.
then left.
Got it. Are you still playing music?
I'm still playing from time to time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why from time to time?
I just don't. The
Did you lose
band,
the passion for it?
kinda. I did. So the job before Weld.com, I was writing songs,
Okay.
and one year I wrote somewhere around 1,000 songs. It was like
Damn, dude. Like.
jingles and
Okay.
Christmas cards kind of thing. And
Okay.
so if anything killed my passion for music, it was that
Did
job.
overdoing
Yeah.
it.
But I still love it. It's just I don't have as much to say these days as I used to. It's when you get married, you don't
You listen more.
yeah, you listen a lot.
Yeah.
You listen a lot more, that's for sure.
How is it being a dad now? How has that changed your life, except from the hard work, and the sleepless nights and all that. But how has being a dad changed you?
I definitely think it's calmed me down,
Really?
and I don't take as many risks, I'll say,
Okay.
when it comes to just being crazy. I was a crazy person.
Really?
The name of our band was Chuck Mountain, and Chuck Mountain is my alter ego for when I have a little too much whiskey. And Chuck
Okay.
hasn't come back since.
No,
Jack's
I'm
been
glad
dead,
that
so.
throughout those nights that we've been out, that I haven't seen that guy.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm
because
surprised you
had I
haven't.
seen that guy, maybe we wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
No, but that's cool. I think that's what happened to me as well. When I had then again, I had mine when I was 17. By the time I was 21, I had my second.
Dang.
So I was learning how to wipe my butt when I had already, my first child. So it is what it is. Now, coming to Weld.com, you went to school and said, all right, cool, I'm learning this craft. Um, at that moment, you thought that you were actually going to be sparking somewhere, gluing things together, making a living out of that. How does Weld.com comes into play?
So when I was in school, like I said, I watched Well.com videos nonstop because a lot of when you go to school, usually you have one teacher giving a demo for like 20 students.
Correct.
And you can't see what the
Yeah.
what the teacher's
You
seeing.
just see a spark every once in a
You're just
while.
like, oh, okay, I kind of get it. But then Weld.com, I could look at the videos and I could actually see what I was supposed to be seeing. And then, boom, I was just like passing things after that.
Oh, really?
And then they ended up having a virtual competition, virtual welding
They
competition.
who?
Weld.com.
Oh, really?
Yeah, back in like 2020 or 2021.
Okay. What was that? What was that like? What was the whole thing?
So it was a 3G stick, 6010, 7018 out
Okay.
test, and I wanted to do it. And the whole reason I'm at Well.com, I like to say, is spite, because I told my professor that I wanted to compete, and he was like, "Well, good luck, but they're probably not going to pick you." And then I got picked.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah, got picked. And then he was like, "Well, I wouldn't get your hopes up. There's a lot
Oh,
of
wow.
good
He's a
welders out
real,
there."
yeah, all right.
And
Got
so
it.
I was like, "All right."
Yeah.
And so I had one chance to do this, to do the test. It wasn't the best thing in the entire world, so I was very surprised I came in second. But I ended up coming in second place.
Okay.
And then they said, "When you're done with school, hit us up because we would like you to make some videos." And
So they saw something in you, or had you already told them that you were a musician, that you're exposed, that you're comfortable speaking into the mic, like
nope, didn't tell them anything.
They just saw
they
something
were like,
that
"This
they liked."
guy's good on camera,"
Yeah?
which is a rare thing with welders. you
Yeah,
know?
no, for sure. That's awesome. And now that, because I know you've done, I mean, Wall.com has gone through many changes since you've been there for
Oh, yeah.
5 years or so, right? There's quite a few things that have happened, and some of us from the outside have witnessed some of those changes. Where is Well.com now when it comes to the kind of content that you guys are putting out versus when you first started 5 years ago?
It's more solidified, I will say.
Okay.
Like when I got into it, it was like right after they started having people from all over the place were making videos.
Gotcha.
And it was just like you never knew what you're going to get.
Got it.
And when I got into it, like when I came on full time to be the social media manager at the time, I was like, man, we gotta make
Streamline some of
yeah,
these thoughts. Yeah.
we gotta just make good videos again because it was just like the audio wasn't good. I'm a huge audio fan, so
Yep.
I was like, gotta. Sorry, I did just smacked your mic. But I was like, we gotta make like the videos gotta look better and they gotta sound better.
Yep.
And so that was like a big part of what I tried to help with is like dial in our content, and that's when we dropped down to just Austin pretty much making the videos.
Yeah.
And we've just been kind of dialing in like a format of like how to make a welding video that people actually want to watch, you know.
And how do you find out that? Like how do you actually know? I think this is something that people want to watch. What's the magic trick, according to you?
There's the magic trick is just you got to come at it from a student's perspective. You
Okay.
know? I still try to get us to make the videos that I as a student would want to watch.
Okay.
Because like that's what people are asking for.
Of course.
You know. And a lot of people they want to show off how good they are at something instead of just like teach a very specific thing like the shortcuts. Like that's what a lot of our videos are moving towards these days are like, you know, instead of it being like, oh, we're gonna run a whole like start to finish, here's how you do a plate. It's like, no, here's some like very specific things that will trip you up.
The start and finish, the middle,
Yeah.
once you're on, you're on.
Well, it's just like the little things that give people the most problems, you know? It's like if you can find common problems that people have in the industry and make a video about it, people will watch it because
Gotcha.
there's so many people out. It's like common ground, finding common ground.
I can totally see that. Now, when you are going to, there's only so much stuff you can put out, right?
You're telling me, brother.
How many times can I switch this camera? Do I start with this beat on this side or that beat on that side?
Yeah.
How do you know where I'm going with this? How do you keep it fresh when for so long Weld.com has been putting out content? And you catch up with that technology every so often. Oh, there's a new thing. Oh, great, that's going to give us something to talk about, right?
Yeah.
But then 6 months after, a year after, it's kind of, we're in the same boat for a while.
Yeah.
How do you find yourself finding new content that is relevant?
It's hard because Well.com has done every video.
I
they've
know,
done every
yeah.
video, but more it's about like trying to look at like YouTube is a great source.
Correct.
Because you can look at it and you might see like a cooking video, and it's just like we tried four different different recipes to find out the right one, you know, and it's just like make that a welding video instead.
Okay.
And so like a lot of the inspiration for our videos, I'd watch a lot of YouTube. I look at like what's trending,
Gotcha.
and then see how we can make it welding, you know.
Do you have freedom of choosing here in Austin? Like you guys come up with the content, or is someone, hey, by the way, we should also mention or talk or show?
It's really been kind of in our hands over the past couple of years, and that's why it's taken so many weird turns.
Gotcha.
Like snowboarding down a hill with a welding machine.
Yeah,
you know?
right.
No one was searching for that, evidently, you know. Nobody was trying to watch people snowboard with a welder.
Well,
or
if you
snowmobile
show like a
with one.
broken leg or something, maybe
Yeah,
people
no.
would have watched a little more.
broken
But
leg.
you guys
I did
kept
fall
it
in a hole, dude. I felt so.
That's when you guys went up to meet and Corey.
Cody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
Cody, he put us up for a whole week. We slept in his trailer and like
Nice and cozy.
it was cold. It was like 12 degrees every night.
Nice.
But yeah, it was really cool. But I did fall in a big hole during that video, and it was one of my favorite moments.
There you go. And here you are. How many episodes have you done? Do you know the number?
How many have I done, like on well.com?
Well, that's right, because now you guys have the YouTube channel, and then also Weld.com. So how do you call each other? And then I'll ask the question.
Well, okay. So videos, I've been in probably around 20 or
Okay.
30 videos.
Gotcha.
And then podcast-wise, I've done like over 200.
Got it. What do you like better?
Podcast.
Really?
100%.
Why?
I like talking to people
Yeah?
like you. And
Well, I don't like talking to people.
yeah, you do.
No, I don't. I just, it's just. I'm just
This
kidding.
guy.
Yeah. And what's one of your favorite places that Weld.com has taken you, traveling wise?
Utah.
Oh, so that same trip?
No, that was in Colorado.
Oh, that's right. You did say that. Yeah, yeah.
Utah.
Why
was,
Utah? Why?
It's just beautiful. I grew up in Colorado, and we
Okay.
made fun of Utah because we were like, Utah's lame, Utah's lame,
Okay.
and then I'd never been over to Utah and like driven through the whole state, and so we drove through it, and I was just like, Utah's the best state I've ever been in.
Really?
Yeah, it's just
Huh.
like beautiful. Like the landscapes are just absolutely beautiful. We had a day off on my birthday, and we went
Oh,
fly fishing, and
no, I do remember you saying that.
it was amazing. I'd never been fly fishing, and it was in like one of the most. I guess it was one of the.
Clean, clear.
Well, there's just so many fish in that river.
Oh,
Like
you
people come
cast and
from
you're
all.
on.
Oh yeah, and we had a guy that like if you broke the line, he
He
would
would do
tie
it
it
for
back
you.
on, and I was like,
Oh man,
this
you
is
guys were living large.
yeah,
You guys,
we were
yeah.
bougie on that trip.
Nice, yeah.
But
I give up because I got to do all the work. You know, that's
yeah,
like
no,
I'm
I was
done. Like half hour
me
later, I'm
too.
like I'm done. Yeah.
Me and Jeff behind the camera over there.
Hey, thank you, Jeff. By the way, he's taking all the pictures and making Beau look good. But
Yeah.
good job, Jeff. Yep.
That's what he
And,
always
and that's
does.
where we are, by the way, at Linda's. This is his man cave, which looks awesome. I wish I had one. Yeah.
Me and Jeff go fishing a lot.
Oh yeah.
We've caught 3 fish the whole time.
Wow, that's.
We're not good.
Now I see why Jeff was playing online because
Yeah.
now I see why. It makes total sense. Now, where would you like to see yourself in the next 5 years? You know, in the welding industry, like what's the vision, not for Weld.com, for Beau?
I don't know, man. Like I keep asking myself.
You and I, we've had this a version of this conversation in private.
I
But
want to help people. Like I really have gotten into strategy and branding, and
Okay.
I mean I used to work in branding in the audio world, but I definitely like helping bring the welding companies that exist right now up to speed when it comes to content. So I really
Okay.
like that would be where I'd want to be, is just like helping a bunch of people make content instead of just weld.com.
Gotcha. That's awesome, and that's a good way.
No.
We want, and that's a good way. I think you and I have had this conversation before, where, we all work for a company, and definitely part of branding ourselves and part of make sure people know our name is also by teaching, by paying it forward, and definitely that's just a very nice way of making sure that that we are also recharging our batteries on the emotional side,
Yeah.
because it does feel good whenever you can teach someone. You see them a year later, whether it's a company, whether it's a person, whether it's a young kid at a welding school, and they see you a year later and they say, hey, because of X, I'm here. So that's exactly why I do what I do as well. I think the industry's been great to me, and regardless of what puts the foot on the table, I think I'll do this as much as I can just to promote the industry, because it's been great for me. I get to talk to people like you, get to travel like I do, so I can't complain. I'm a fly on the wall in an amazing industry, and I'm gonna stick to that wall as much as I can. Um, how? What's the biggest misconception that you think the welding industry has from an outsider looking in? When now you've been involved and seen so many brands, companies, welders, content, and you name it. What would you think it is that people, when they are outside, they're not in it, they look in and they go, ah,
I think that people think that welders make a lot of money,
okay,
and they think that every welder makes a lot of money, and that is not true. And that is like one of the biggest things that since I got into it, I've been trying to figure out. It's like,
where is that money?
where is that money, man? Like, because I had Liv Taylor Dodge on maybe 2 years ago, and the title of the episode is how to make a bunch, like how welders make a bunch of money.
Yeah.
And it's overtime. It's just like there's a lot of overtime and there's a lot of work, but I think everyone just thinks you become a welder and then all of a sudden you're going to start making a ton of money, and that's not true.
And we know that, but now after you have done episodes like that and you have talked to people and you have a little bit more of an information, and yes, overtime for sure. Aside from just sticking to your time and making sure that you pay your dues, what would you say it's the one lane that's going to get you there the fastest? Is it, hey, get you on rig and hit the road? Hey, become a pipe guy or move to Hawaii, whatever the hell.
Yeah.
What do you think is the fastest way aside from putting in the time?
I think learning different alloys other than just steel, like your stainless and aluminum, and just like anything that is exotic that you can learn how to not just be good at, like be perfect at. Like
Be Instagram good.
yeah,
Meaning
yeah.
the picture perfect kind of thing.
Yeah, if you can do that, you can make a bunch of money.
Really?
Because like there's a bunch of jobs out there for people that just know how to weld and just want to like do production.
Correct.
But for the people that are working with, like, it costs you $10,000 to get this piece to build, out of zirconium.
Yeah.
They don't want anybody just welding that. They want to make sure that the person welding it knows how to do it, so that they don't waste $10,000, right? So they're probably going to pay you quite a bit. Like
That is true.
Travis Fields. I don't know if you've
Yeah,
ever met him.
yeah.
He's the kind of like poster child of what I tell people. It's like, if you want to make a bunch of money, look at this guy.
Really?
And look at, like, he has so many different certifications, and it's all in exotic alloys. And
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, there you go, guys. I mean, just put in the work and find that niche inside a niche industry.
Oh yes.
Right? How do you manage somewhat working from home
Oof.
and finding that drive to not stay in your boxers all day long, or that's how you do your videos?
I mean, you just gotta. I don't know. I've worked from home for maybe 5 years now,
Oof.
or six,
See,
almost 6 years.
See, me, I have a hard time with that.
I hate
me,
it.
I have the luxury of, let me go out, hit the road,
Yeah.
and let me stay home for a week. And for me, that's the perfect combo. But I've done that before for about a year, and I wanted to jump off the roof.
Yeah, no, I don't like working from home. I
Yeah?
will say that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nice because I'm close to
Yeah,
my family.
correct, of course.
And
Especially being a new dad now,
Yeah.
that it comes in handy.
That's been really great this year.
Yeah.
But I miss people. Like, I bartended for years and
Oh, yeah.
years. I was a musician. I'm used to being around people. So if I'm just in my office not talking to anyone except Austin, it gets
Well, we
a
got
little
Jeff
rough.
next
I know,
door.
I got Jeff.
Come on. Yeah.
And I come over here all the time, and it's great. But it's hard. I mean, you got to just try to make a point to do things like
Yeah.
outside of the house.
No, for sure, for sure. So aside, since you're not playing that much music anymore, because you're still kind of finding how to get back to it in a way that you love it as much as you used to, and what you do 9 to 5, and then also being a new dad, what else do you do that it's you, that is Beau?
Well, I just got back into doing improv comedy.
You
which
did
is-
say that last time, and yes. And how many have you done?
I have my first show next weekend.
Of course,
I
it
know.
has to be when I'm not around.
I
yeah.
tried to make sure I knew when you were coming,
Yeah,
so I wouldn't
makes
be-
sense.
Yeah.
Well, I will give you enough time for you to get better at. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't want to watch the
Well, I
first
did it
one.
for a long time.
Well,
I
that
did-
doesn't mean that you were good, though.
I was very good. I love improv. It is probably one of my favorite things, but
Yeah.
gotta make money somehow. And improv, I don't think I've ever been paid to do improv comedy. I think people.
I
would
don't think
probably
I have
pay
any
you
friends, 'cause
to
I-
not do improv comedy most of the time.
I get it. I have a few friends that do it as well, and open mic, and what's
Oh,
the other
open
one?
mic night.
Yeah, mic night. And I've been a guest before, and it takes guts. I gotta give it to you guys, because as much as I like talking, I don't think I can do that.
Well, that's stand up. You might be thinking.
Well,
that-
regardless,
Yeah.
regardless,
I tried it. I wasn't good at stand up.
no.
Nope, it was
so
not
you,
for me.
so you needed to have more of a.
I'm better when I have a suggestion. If someone's like, "Hey, tell me a joke," or "Tell me a joke," I can't.
Oh, you can't.
No,
That's
but
not
then
you.
it's just like,
So you gotta work. You gotta have material. Like
well, you just gotta have something to go off of.
Okay.
And I've learned that about myself.
Yeah.
Is that, like, I work well with other people. I'm not great at working by myself, but I am very good at being a springboard of ideas. So it's like, if you say potato, my mind will go to a random place most people's won't, probably.
All right. We'll test that over whiskeys later.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. When you do the content for Weld, and you are with Austin, how do you guys piggyback from each other? Like when you guys are next to each other, not when, hey, by the way, here's the idea. This is what you're gonna do, Austin. This is what I'm gonna do on my end. When you guys are together at a location, how does that dynamic works? Uh-oh.
It's
What?
it's. I mean, it depends. It depends on the video and where we're at. But usually, it's just like we have an outline of what we want to do, and we just knock it out.
Do
And
you guys show up there with an outline, or you guys once you guys get there see the layout and like, all right, I think this is what we're gonna do.
I usually have an outline for a video before we go places,
Okay.
but then it changes. I mean, it always is going to change. Like,
Yeah.
depending on the shops, like what equipment they have,
Gotcha.
or maybe we didn't have the right grinding discs, or you gotta
Adjust as you go.
improvise.
Wow, he's good, guys. He's so good.
Golly.
Yep.
But it's a lot of improvising, but also just me and Austin know each other very well,
Yeah.
and
So you guys still like each other? That's what you're saying?
yeah, we
Yeah.
still like each other.
Okay, that's good. That's
We're
a good.
still buds.
A lot of people are going to look at you because of they see your face, they see the content, they will recognize you at certain places in our industry, and you have a new welder, a kid, a student, especially because you are thinking as a student for the content that you are putting out. That's kind of like the magic trick that you mentioned earlier. But if someone comes up to you and says, "Hey, how should I start? What should I do?" They're not talking about, "Hey, I want to start making $100,000." It's like, "What should I do? How should I start?" You say,
I say, either take a class, like take an intro course. Like you don't have to like sign up for a whole school and go to some place. Take an intro class, see if you like it. If you like it, buy a machine. Like buy a machine, a multi-process machine that can do MIG, TIG, and stick. And it's an investment in you liking this, but also if you don't like it, you can end up selling that and it holds its value. But it's just you got to try it and then find what you like the most. Because a lot of people that go in and want to be a pipe welder because they think pipe welders make a whole bunch of money, and then they end up like hate stick welding or they
Yeah.
hate TIG welding and they would want to be doing MIG. It's like you got to try all the different things, because if you're going to be spending 40 to 80 hours a week doing something, you
Might as
better
well like it.
you might as well like it. So if I say just try it out. Try out all these different things that you can. Go to a school and just see if you can take a tour, go to a company. If you really want to be like an automotive, like there's a whole bunch of people always want to be an automotive like performance racing.
Yeah.
It's like go to one of those shops and see what it's like. You can always try to tour the shop, ask them if you can do like a shadow day.
That's cool.
Like I tell people, go and see what it's like before you jump in and spend a crazy amount of money on school. Because if you hate it, too bad. They're not going to give you your money back.
No, that's a great advice, and definitely, yeah, that's very aligned with usually what I say as well. Don't go out there and just start buying blue, red, yellow right off the bat.
Oh, yeah,
And
no.
a few Ks into it, and then you find out 2 months later that that's not your thing. You want to be an artist and play at a corner.
Well, if you bond it, you can sell it. If you go to school, you can't sell your school time back to them. So if you're going to invest in something and break off something, I would buy a machine.
Yeah.
And then you can sell it if you don't like it. And
There you
if
go.
not, you can make money right out the bat most of the time.
That's a very good advice. I know that you guys just also opened the version of the Weld YouTube channel, right? Is that what it is?
So the podcast moved to its own YouTube channel.
Gotcha.
But then Well.com, it is a YouTube channel, but
Yeah,
we also, it's
that's
weird.
why I couldn't even form
very
the
weird.
question, because I don't know what the hell just happened, but tell me exactly what happened,
Well, okay, so we have Weld.com,
which
has
is a
been
YouTube channel.
YouTube channel,
Okay.
but it's also a website. They bought, so back in the day, back
Okay.
in the .com days, when it was like really cool to buy a .com,
Yeah.
they bought Weld.com, which was great,
Yeah.
a great website. But then they started a YouTube channel, and that picked up way more steam than the website did.
Of course.
And so we started the Weld podcast too, and then we had that on the regular YouTube channel, but it's totally different audiences. So we decided to move it onto its own so that we could find the right audience, but also like not make everybody that's already a subscriber get a notification to something they don't want to see.
Gotcha. And that's on how long? What did that happen?
We did that back in November, I think.
Was that your idea? As a combo, like
That's me.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're so smart. Yeah, I know. How does the 2026 looks for you? to you and Weld.com? Like, do you guys already have a schedule ahead of 3 months, 6 months, like what's coming, what's next? How does the whole year looks?
First quarter is already planned
Okay.
and mostly shot and being edited right now. But I have all of our travel. I'm going to be out trying to visit a whole bunch of different schools and go to a bunch of events, and then a bunch of trade shows.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be more like you this
Really?
year, Frank.
Good luck.
I'm not
No one can be
anywhere.
like me.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's not gonna be quite as much, but
No, but that's good. I mean, that's what needs to happen. That's how you promote you, the channel, and everything in between. Who owns Weld.com? And if you don't want to answer that, we can cut this and I won't leave it. But
I mean the CWB group,
okay.
the Canadian Welding Bureau.
Oh, that's what that stands for?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
they bought it last year. They bought it at the beginning of last year, and it was awesome. I'm very happy because they are big advocates for Weld.com and us making welding education videos. And
How does sorry.
oh, no worries.
How being owned by a Canadian entity,
Yes.
having, I don't know, let's say different codes or different mentalities on how the US might do certain things different versus Canada, even though it's very similar. Have you seen a difference on the way that the conversation starts, not the end result? Like, hey, this is how we should do things, this is what we want out of a video, and at the end result, everyone's happy. But the starting conversation, is it different than talking to the ex-owners that were US based?
Uh, they are very receptive to what we do. Like that's the cool part about them is that they believe in what we do and how we make content, and they wanted to buy us because of how we make content. And
Got it.
we're kind of the experts when it comes to making welding content,
Okay.
and they're the experts when it comes to just welding code and business and all that kind of stuff.
Have you visited corporate already,
I
or?
have. We
Right.
went up to old Milton.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's cold
Yeah.
and it was industrial, but the building is very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the next show you're gonna do? Where is it? A trade show or whatever? Do you know? Do you
I
remember?
think the next one is going to be in Vegas. It's going to be Con Expo.
Oh, okay.
I believe I'll be out at that.
Yeah.
But I don't remember if I
When
have
you say
something
we, you and Austin?
Austin will be there. He
Got
will
it.
be there just doing demos. And
Oh, okay.
I'm going to try to do some podcasting out there.
Cool.
But
How
also-
much gear do you travel with when you travel? Because you see my stuff. My stuff is like a plastic bag from the supermarket. Yeah.
I travel. I mean, I have like a little Pelican case
Yeah.
that has all my podcast stuff.
Because you have the road and the
Yeah.
yeah.
And then I have a backpack that I keep all my camera gear in, and then I'll usually have a suitcase for my clothes. But I don't travel light, I guess. But I mean, I can roll up to a place just like you did.
Yeah.
You know, I try to be incognito
Yeah.
and get in and out easy.
Do you get recognized? Has it helped your personal branding in the industry? You go into, of course, FabTech. You go to another trade show. You go to whatever. The people actually do know who Beau is.
No.
No?
I mean, FabTech, yes. FabTech, I know a lot of people. I mean, I'll see people that I know,
Yeah.
but it's not like people are like, "Oh my God, it's
Yeah,
Beau,"
yeah.
you know. And that was cool because of the podcast. You know, I liked it before we went video. I like that we're on video now too, but I liked the kind of like radio voice mysteriousness
Oh, really?
of being the podcast host. You know, but yeah, no, I don't get noticed all that much.
All right.
But when people figure out who I am, they're like, "Oh."
Yeah,
you know.
I've heard that episode.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was you. Yeah, that happens every once in a while. I'll ask this question just because I just did a cross podcast with Art Junkies and Max and Kevin, and we ask each other the numbers that some of these other entities put out there. Oh, by 2030, by whatever the year mark is, we're going to need an extra 300,000 welders. How accurate do you think that number really is based on what you know about the industry so far?
If it's welders, like I think that's the thing that people need to clarify is it welding jobs or is it jobs in welding? Because as far as like my job at weld.com,
Yeah.
one of the most requested things I have
Yeah.
is people looking for jobs, especially students fresh out of school. and I have a hard time being able to point them the right way. So I have the same question. I'm like, are these numbers right? Because it seems like there's a lot of jobs in the welding industry, but I don't know if they're all welding. And I think we need to really clarify that for people getting into it, especially if we're saying we need all these people to come in and be welders.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have to come in and train to be a welder, you know, it's like if you want to learn how to use a robot, you know, it's like there's a lot more people that we're going to need to run robots in the future than we are going to need welders, you know.
Yeah, and that was my take when we were having this cross podcast the other day for end of year. You know, I asked that question, and I'm like, I'm not sure that number's accurate based on the little information that I have. And that little information that I have is that I travel all over the U.S. I, you know, get lucky enough that I travel abroad, and I go to shops, schools, welding distributors, welders, fabricators, you name it. If I go to a school, I see most welding schools pack.
Mm-hmm.
If I go to a shop, small shop, I see 2, 3, 4 guys there. If I go to a welding distributor, they're probably one of the areas that I have seen that suffers the most, meaning CDL drivers and people with actual knowledge that can be at the counter selling, you know, and knowing how to sell a product, other than just an order taker. So when I put all that together and I see that, so where are these jobs if all these welding schools are packed,
Yeah.
pumping out welders? Where the hell are these welders going to that we're still going to be short that many welders in the next 5, 10 years? Now, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, right? Because we already established that. I don't know what the hell I'm doing anyway. But I just
podcasters. We're just podcasters.
I just done my math. I'm bad at math anyway. Where? How? Unless, like you said, we're counting everything.
Yeah.
From the guy that's sweeping the floor at the shop to the guy that's changing the light bulbs too.
Yeah.
And everything in between, of course.
I think the biggest thing that the argument for it is that the average age of the welder right now is
Yeah, they're dying.
They're dying off or they're retiring, you know, and it's more the knowledge that is leaving.
Yeah.
That's what people are desperately trying to get into the industry
That
right
I
now.
100% get.
But as far as the jobs, I don't know. If you know, please let me know because I want hit me.
No, I totally get it. You know, because I'm always like, wow, are these students coming in through the school? They do the 6 months or the year, and then they go back out to painting walls or something
Yeah.
So. Anyway, I just wanted to kind of pick your brain on that because I don't know the answer either, but we are in it.
Yeah.
Beau, I want to thank you for a couple of different reasons. No, I don't have any reasons. I forgot. Just kidding, guys. First of all, aside from everything else welding, from being just a down-to-earth guy, being a cool guy, definitely, I think you and I hit it off from the first time that I reached out. It was over a text or through one of the platforms, whatever, and said, hey, you want to go out to dinner?
Yeah.
And you said yes, and you know, we had a great time, and I think this has become one of my stops every time I try to make it through here just so I can, you know, have a couple of drinks with you. So
Stop it.
thank you for that friendship. Thank you for being a cool guy and down-to-earth guy. Thank you for promoting the welding industry, but promoting it in the right way, which is not so serious. You know, none of what we do is that
I'm not
serious.
a serious guy.
You know, it's just none of what we do is serious. You know, we're you know, sometimes people just get a little too stiff.
Yeah.
They're just gluing things together. You know, chill, relax. It's a cool atmosphere. It's blue collar. Have fun. Enjoy the ride, because none of us are going to make it, right? We all going to be leaving sooner than others. But I want to thank you for all of that. Definitely, you are a good promoter of the industry, and that is why we are all here, trying to just pay it forward, and you do that very well.
Well, thank you, sir. I think you do too.
Well, you know, some of us fake it more than others, but yeah. But I thank you, and I thank you for the friendship.
Thank you.
Anything else you want to say?
Make sure you tune in next week for TorchTales.
There you go, guys. And as you guys know, if they keep saying yes, who am I to say no? I'll see you on the next one with somebody else or about something else. TorchTales out.